Today guys, I'm going to be reacting to the entire Fortnite storyline explained within just 10 minutes. I have a lot of love for this game and the storyline. I honestly really enjoy it, so I'm going to watch this video with you guys and share my thoughts and opinions. Shout out to Top 5 Gaming for allowing me to react to this video. Let's get straight into it.
Over the last 5 years, we've witnessed Fortnite's island constantly facing off against world-ending threats. So while things sometimes feel disconnected, after years, everything will tie together to create the next era of the storyline in Chapter 4.
Alright, so yeah, just to mention, this video was like 9 months ago, by the way. I couldn't find an updated version covering the entire storyline from him, but I'm sure there'll be one coming soon since it is getting close to the end of the chapter, so I can't wait for that one.
This entire time, there's always been one thing this story has revolved around. While you might expect it to be a person or organization,
the 0 point.
It's actually this orb of energy. This is the center of not just our story, but the creation of life itself. Millions of years before Chapter 1, there's a Big Bang which formed every universe in existence. The first one being Reality Zero, and it's here where our journey
Let's
takes
go!
place.
That's
The
us!
aftermath of the Big Bang left behind a huge mass of energy known as the 0 point, which is tethered to every single reality. Because of this, beings have been trying to gain control over it for countless years, but it found a way to defend itself. The island was created to disguise the 0 point, sandwiching itself between two chunks of land. On the surface was a powerful storm along with a fake sky, appearing as a huge bubble in space and time. Anyone who went here was wiped out by the storm until one person defied the odds, becoming the first to wield the 0 point's power. This was Geno, an immortal scientist who's obsessed with perfection. Along with his mysterious...
I swear, we found out about this guy during Chapter 2, Season 6, when the Foundation arrived, and we didn't even get a first look at him until like 2 years later. It's crazy.
This inner circle, Geno created an organization known as the Imagined Order, with one goal in mind: to create the ideal society. He thought that if he could see how every world was made, he could use that information to perfect his surroundings, even going as far as genetically modifying his own daughters. So the Imagined Order built the Bridge, a base of operations where they could control the...
What is that? That's a creative map, bro. That's a creative map. It's pretty well made, to be honest. But where was Imposters? Oh yeah, it wasn't in the game at this time. So this was made in Chapter 3, Season 4, I think, before Fracture, like he said at the start. So I guess, yeah, they had to remake it in creative. Could you even use replay mode in Imposters? Man, I should know this. I've been playing Imposters for so long, I should know this.
Storm, using it to create the Loop. This is an experimental program that forces people to fight each other over and over again, and to make it a fair contest, it removes your memory, stops you from speaking, and resets every 22 minutes. Now, of course, nobody would agree to this, and that's why the IO opened portals to countless realities, kidnapping whoever they wanted for their new society. This went undetected for years, until Geno kidnapped the wrong kind of people.
The
Some of them
7
were extremely intelligent and managed to escape the loop, realizing that this horrifying program needs to be stopped. They formed a group dedicated to fighting against him, naming themselves the 7.
Man, I swear, I've been following the story since Chapter 1, and when we found out about the 7, I was so, like, invested in the storyline. I was like, who are the 7? Who are the 7? Okay, so we've got the Paradigm, we've got the Scientist and the Visitor, right? Who are the rest? What are their characters? What is their backstory? And we didn't get any information on them. The very next thing we saw about them was in the Chapter 2, Season 2 trailer, and there was, like, a little teaser of the 7, like this tree marking thing. Man, it took so long to find out more information, and when Chapter 2, Season 6 with the Foundation, man, I lost my mind. It's crazy.
Their goal, to liberate the 0 point and destroy the loop, no matter the cost. Our story begins hundreds of years later, when the Visitor arrives on the island. He crashes down on a meteor to test the capabilities of their suits, protecting them from the loop. With the mission successful, he drifts back home, but this causes a huge domino effect that we're still feeling today.
Yeah, he was testing with the sideways rifts, which is a transportation that the Imagined Order didn't know about. You can use it without the 0 point.
Before the rift closes, a dark energy emerges in the form of a cube. It has enough power to destroy the island in a single blow, and this clearly isn't the first reality to be conquered. Even though the 0 point is able to defend itself, it needs help next time around. When a huge shard of ice crashes into the island and...
Oh damn, he went through Season 6 and Season 5 and 6 super fast. Man, the last reality with the cubes and all that is honestly the best. It's just insane. I can't wait for the future of this game.
Alien creature is unleashed. The Imagined Order are...
Whoa, wait.
When a huge shard of ice crashes into the island, an alien creature is unleashed.
Bro, he just skipped like 2 seasons, man. Bro went from the start of Season 7 to the end of Season 9. Damn, okay. I don't know how long ago this was. Did we know about the Ice King story back then? I can't remember.
The Imagined Order are perfectly fine with the monster killing everyone, but there is one person trying to convince them otherwise.
Paradigm.
The Paradigm, a skilled pilot and member of the Seven. She's currently imprisoned by the IO, who are worried that the monster poses a threat to the 0 point. Instead of their plan to kill it with a doomsday weapon, she offers to pilot the mech and defeat it herself.
Why was she imprisoned with the Imagined Order? I actually can't remember what happened. I don't think that's been explained at all, has it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments.
So, one of the IO's engineers, Singularity, constructs the robot while Paradigm prepares for the final showdown. After a huge battle, she emerges victorious and decides to investigate where the monster came from. The Seven are furious when they learn about this, especially the Foundation, who labels her a traitor. He's satisfied pretty quickly when they find out the robot crashed into a nearby planet called the Ice Moon. The temperatures are so...
That must have been a creative map as well. Man, I swear, top 5 gaming in this team, man. It's awesome how much they put into their videos, honestly. If you guys aren't already subscribed, go subscribe, but I'm sure you guys are all already subscribed to this map.
That it's impossible to survive, leaving them to assume Paradigm is dead. Now, there is one big problem. The monster exposed the 0 point, and it's destabilizing fast. As it prepares to implode, everything gets sucked into the orb, and for days, we get our first look at the Nothing. It is pure darkness. The name speaks for itself, as there's literally nothing left except for a black hole. Once the 0 point is stabilized,
Yep. Literally, the Seven had to reset everything because too much has happened, time was all messed up, they just trying to turn it on and off, pretty much. Super simple.
Spits everything back out, allowing the Imagined Order to gain control of the bridge and continue as normal. With the loop up and running again, they send a team of agents to survey the area. But this is where you need to understand one of the key elements of the story. Anyone who escapes the loop leaves behind a clone of themselves known as a snapshot. This team of agents came face to face with their snapshots, but there was something different. They weren't clones, they had been altered somehow, and the true perpetrator was about to reveal himself. Chaos.
Oh yeah, Chaos Agent. Man, we didn't get much information about this guy. I mean, we're about to find out what we already know.
Agent, a mad scientist with a thrilling backstory. He was part of a crime syndicate known as Shadow, founded by a mob boss with a hunger for power. For years, this group worked undercover, blackmailing people, gathering information, and amassing a huge wealth. At the top of this empire was Midas. Just like the legend he's based on, Midas was punished for being extremely greedy. At one point, he went searching for the body of King...
Dude, this is just so much for a new Fortnite player, I swear. It's just crazy. Like, you literally had to play Fortnite from the beginning and literally follow it all the quests and everything, to understand what is going on. Because, like, nowadays, a lot of the storyline is, like, in comics and all that. Because in like, the first few Chapter 1 seasons, everything you need to know was just throughout the season, you know, like, we'd have a huge build-up. We don't really have that anymore.
Oro, hoping to find his golden treasures, but instead, Midas found the curse of the Golden Touch. As time passes, Chaos Agent betrays him and takes Shadow for himself. And so Midas is furious, and he uses his wealth to create a new organization, Ghost. As they wage war against one another, a more important battle lies ahead. This marks the beginning of the Loop Breaker project, which we'll learn more about in Chapter 4.
Oh, oh my god, I remember that. That's when everyone thought Midas was returning. Honestly, I did too. It literally, there's so much evidence coming back. Like, really, he's finally going to return, but he's still not back. Nothing happened from that. Nothing happened at all.
The outcome of this is his device that'll push back the storm and destroy the loop once and for all. The Imagined Order, more importantly, John Jones, is trying to stop it. He's a field agent who has dedicated his life to the organization, leaving behind hundreds of snapshots. After Midas' plan is shut down, transforming the storm, it isn't long before Jones faces a new threat from outer space, and it leaves the 0 point exposed once again. He can't risk anyone escaping the loops, so he recruits the galaxy's best bounty hunters to maintain order on the island. Throughout the next few months, Jones travels to 88 different realities.
88? That's crazy, isn't it? I mean, we only saw like 4 or 5, I don't know, but 88? Was that like to try and get all the hunters that we had in the game? Or was that like 88 different hunters that we didn't know about as well? I don't know.
By the time he finishes his job, he learns that the IO didn't do theirs.
Man, the Imagined Order are useless. They never did anything. They were so bad.
0 point is on the brink of imploding. He begs his boss, Dr. Sloan, to do something, but she doesn't listen.
She don't care.
He'd rather let it destabilize than risk losing control. But not on Jones's watch, not again. He abandons the IO, turning his back on the organization he dedicated his life's work to. There is no choice but to take matters into his own hands.
You have your orders, now get out of there!
I'm gonna do what we should have done from the very start. I'm going to the 7.
Man, when I saw that, No, it was the season before. In Chapter 2, Season 5, when Sloan mentioned, do not draw your attention to the 7, I was freaking out so much. Oh my god. Dude, you guys are going to want to be in my stream when I stream the live events, because I freak out. I think I even swore in the end event of Chapter 2, Season 8, don't go back to that stream. I think it was super laggy as well. The frames were dropping so much. My bitrate was too high, I think, or too low. I'm not too sure. It just did not, my stream could not handle it. But yeah, hopefully it'll be better next live event, if we ever get one.
You took an oath. You betrayed everything we said.
After throwing his portal device into the 0 point, Jones summons the Foundation and asks for help. He refuses to work with him until Jones presents an offer he can't refuse, taking him to Geno. As the 0 point breaks down and is on the brink of tearing itself apart, it starts to bloom like a flower. Jones says that he spent his whole life studying it, but this is the first time he's ever seen it react like this. There is no time to appreciate the view, as the damage is irreversible.
Man, this season was so underrated. Chapter 2, Season 6, oh my god, it was so good. Probably a lot of people didn't like it because they were focusing on the story like a hell of a lot, and their number one priority was the story in this season for sure, I think.
This thing is about to explode and take the entire island with it. There is only one option left. To contain the blast, the Foundation seals himself into a tower of stone. And the ultimate sacrifice, Jones overloads his portal gun, leaving him trapped in the loop.
That tower of stone is made of chrome. This was not good, but it was the only way he could have stopped the 0 point from exploding and destroying the whole entire island. So all we could do that would contain the blast, but this was not good.
The spire is extremely tall, cutting off access to the 0 point entirely. The Imagined Order is furious and arrests Jones for treason. Without access to this,
I don't think he was arrested straight away, was he? I think he was trapped in the loop for a while, and he even got abducted by the aliens. I don't know. I don't think he was arrested straight away. I'm not sure.
0 point, the IO needs to improvise. There are two ways to travel across the Omniverse, with the main one being pure portals. This was the only method the IO knew about, but there is another way, sideways rifts, which can be opened without the 0 point. It's a technology that the 7 experimented with in Chapter 1 through the rocket launch, but they quickly realized that it takes a long time to close, making it extremely risky. This is what led to the arrival of the corruption cube that nearly destroyed the island, and thanks to the spire, it was about to get so much worse.
Yeah,
with nobody in control of the 0 point, it's left completely vulnerable, and this is where a huge mothership approaches the spire, obliterating it in an instant.
The 0 point was already back in the Imagined Order's base, because in the comics it was like Batman and all that. They went into the base and it was already there, so I don't know how it got back there. I have no idea, because the Foundation was meant to be stuck in the 0 point, but he was still in the spire after the explosion, so I don't know. Hopefully we'll find out more about this soon.
Foundation is ejected out of the orb, while Sloan has no choice but to fight against the invasion. This mothership unleashes an army of aliens known as the Chimera, as they abduct POIs and attempt to destroy the island piece by piece. Sloan begins work on Operation Skyfire, a way to take down the invaders and save Reality Zero for good. But for this to work, she needs the element of surprise. She plants dozens of bombs underneath Corny Complex and leaks the location to the Chimera, and they take the bait immediately. Now, Operation Skyfire won't work without the help of loopers. Sloan sends them into the mothership to make sure everything goes smoothly. Even though this plan is bulletproof, there is one thing Sloan never accounted for.
We needed to be in the mothership so we can... the backpacks needed to be close to the bombs, right?
While she masterminded the ambush, the Chimera had a surprise of their own.
This is impossible.
This was the best thing of all time. This event, honestly, was so good. The return of the cubes after like 2 years or something, 2-3 years. I don't really count the Season X cube because that did nothing. But this was just crazy. I was freaking out so much. This massive, huge plot twist that the last reality was the cube army this entire time was just so good.
We thought it was gone for good.
Sloan is terrified, realizes the true scale of the threat. Even though the loopers are able to shut down the cube, she leaves them to die. In a desperate attempt to survive, they reboot it, removing all of the dark energy and corruption to turn it blue. The elevator begins to rise, and this is where the reveal sets in.
Here we go.
The Chimera weren't in charge. They were just a weapon, warriors of a larger enemy called the Last Reality, and their leader, the Cube Queen, has thousands of cubes at her disposal. Sloan's bombs detonate, sending the entire wrath of the Last Reality towards the island.
This was all part of their plan. The cubes were all getting ready. They were all ready to go onto the island and destroy the whole thing. This is all planned.
So we thought. Just like the cube before it, this mothership was part of a colossal army, and
the Last Reality were always multiple steps ahead of everyone. The Imagined Order, the 7, everything. They're just, we can't win them. Can't beat them.
Queen was prepared to summon them. Now luckily no one is giving up yet. Time and time again, the 7 have been here to save reality, and this was their toughest challenge yet. For years they have been putting together a plan that would take down the last reality in the IO in one quick sweep. With the Queen's sideways portals about to open, we catch a glimpse of the force she's about to unleash. While a war wages on the surface, Sloane is in the bridge about to terminate prisoner D204, aka...
Do you know what would be insane? Imagine at the end of this chapter is like a huge, or the end of next chapter is like a huge war against the last reality, and like every single collab we've ever got is like joining us, like Iron Man, Galactus against the last reality, and we end up losing as well. And then the only way to stop it is to use the time machine or something on the map. You know, there's a time machine, and Sloane is trying to get that, isn't she, right now? And imagine if we use that and we go back in time to like season X or something, like we stop chapter 2 and 3 and 4 from ever happening, and then the chapter 5 or chapter 6, whatever, could be like chapter 2, if that makes sense. I don't know, that would be sick, I swear. Instead of it still carrying on like one after the other, it could just reset and completely change the whole story.
Hey, John Jones. But seconds before they get exact revenge, they are ambushed by an old friend.
Dude, I was crying at this scene. No, I wasn't actually crying, but I was freaking out like, he's back, oh my god, he's back. And then when he revealed in the second that he's the Rock, dude, oh my god.
You came back for me. You promised me, Jenno.
Because when he revealed that he's the Rock, when he took his mask off, because clearly he's not in the loop, he's in the Imagined Order bunker, so he shouldn't be affected by the loop, right? And then Sloane was like super surprised that it was him. I don't know if it's been confirmed, I don't know, let me know in the comments, but I think he used to work with the IO, and just like the sisters, and was it the Paradigm? Just like them, he abandoned, no, Midas, sorry, just like them, he abandoned the Imagined Order, I think.
Well, love you too, buddy.
As they head to the 0-point chamber, Foundation tells Jones to turn off the gyro system, which will take everyone to the other side. As the island begins to flip, they rush to complete their plan and take
my
control of the
imposter's
bridge.
mode.
It's the
No.
final step that'll put an end to all of the fighting and free the 0-point forever. And that's exactly why it fails, as the last reality show up, breaking open the glass and...
Man, they're always ruining our plans, aren't they, the last reality? As they are always one step ahead. Even like right now in Fortnite, we're still being controlled by them.
ruining their plan. It's only a small victory for the last reality as the island continues to flip, destroying the Cube Queen's portal. Her army is defeated for now. But I can't say the same for the Imagined Order, who are already plotting their counterattack. Sloane emerges from the ground wearing snow stealth gear to scout the new island. The Seven already know what's coming, a full-scale war. The scientist has an idea, but it's risky. The only way for them to survive the upcoming battle is help from an old friend. He believes that communicating with the Paradigm is their only hope, but the rest of the Seven refuse to listen.
They think she's dead, right?
As far as they're concerned, she's a traitor and probably dead. But
Yeah,
the scientist isn't gonna give up that easy. He breaks through the Paradigm, learning that she's alive and trapped inside the mech, but he needs to convince the Foundation to begin a rescue mission. So he lies, pretending he's talking to the AI in her suit. This is enough to deceive the Foundation, and they begin their journey to the Ice Moon. Meanwhile, the Imagined Order is out in full force. They have built a huge base of operations at Covert Cavern, forming a massive army of blimps, drills, and soldiers. At dawn, they begin their attack. The Zero War has begun, as the Resistance comes face to face with the IO on the battlefield. It's a bloodbath, as Sloane and her army take over the island and surround the sanctuary. But with the help of the Loopers, the Seven fight back. After months of war, they're able to take control of Tilted Towers, shoot down the IO blimps, and turn the tide. But the Order becomes desperate. Jenno and Sloane begin to work on a doomsday device that'll annihilate everybody on the island. Ironically, it's the same plan that Paradigm stopped in Chapter 1, and now she has to do it all over again. As the Seven rescue her, Scientist reveals that he lied, as she explains her betrayal from all those years ago. Reluctantly, Foundation agrees to rebuild the mech and end the Zero War once and for all. It all comes to a close in the grand finale collision, as the Mecha Strike Commander blasts towards the island. In a huge battle, both sides clash one last time as Gunner is the first to fall. Thousands of IO units are wiped out as the Seven approach the collider, and when the war seems lost, Dr. Sloane is the last line of defense. Jones tells everybody to hold their fire. Him and Sloane have been co-workers, even friends, for hundreds of years. She wasn't always like this, and he's offering her a chance to finally redeem herself, surrender, and stop the bloodshed. But Sloane is too stubborn.
No.
She refuses to give up and aims her tank right at the 7. What she doesn't realize is that she never had a choice. It was give up or die. So with only Geno remaining, he attacks his daughters, the Order and the Imagined, who joined the 7 after he replaced them with superior snapshots.
Man, if we got what we got in the comics in the actual collision, how do you say it? Collision, right? Why is it even called collision? I don't even get it. The collider, collision. It must be that, right? But what we got in the comics, the Zero War comics, made the event so much better. It explains so much and why it was, the Foundation and Jonesy, they jumped into the 0 point and they were gone looking for Geno, right? But then in the new season, they were back. It's like, what? Doesn't make sense. And then they disappeared again. But after the comics, it made so much sense. They jumped straight back into honestly, I wish the comics was the live event as well. I don't think it should all be in comics, all these extra event details. I feel like it actually should be in the event, like Fracture. Then there's going to be like another comic, I think. I bet the next comic is going to be like all the information about Fracture, like making that better, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully it is, actually.
The Imagined is hungry for revenge, no matter what it costs, and it's here she gets her final wish, tackling her father into the 0 point and killing both of them. As it cycles through countless realities per second, it rips them apart and scatters their atoms across the Omniverse. The Imagined dies in Geno's arms as he slowly fades away too. But before he goes, Geno leaves one final message for the Foundation. You always believed my methods were abhorrent, that you knew a better way. Congratulations, now you get to prove it. I genuinely hope you're right, because if you fail, it means the end of everything. I have to go now. I have to admit, it's good to lay my burden down after all this time. It'll be nice to rest. Let's just say, they should have listened to his warning.
Honestly, Geno, that way to go out was insane. Like, and he was right. He was literally
While the
right.
island parties celebrating their victory in the war, 0 point blooms and nature takes over. But it begins to send out distress signals. Strange relics start to appear around the island, and the scientist is confused and really can't understand why it's doing this. The 0 point isn't searching for powerful weapons, something much more sinister is. Secretly, using the reality tree's power, the Herald finds the strongest weapon yet. Visiting the darkness, the nothing beyond all realities, she finds an evil presence. It gives her the power of Chrome, and it's about to be unleashed upon the island. The last reality can finally exact revenge. With Geno out of the way and the 7 caught off guard, they consume everyone. Only Paradigm is able to escape to an unknown reality 659. They have spent years annihilating universes, ensuring that they are the only ones left standing. But there are infinite realities, and the 0 point is the only way to truly ensure that every single one is destroyed. With Chrome, it's time to finally complete their plan and ensure that the nothing is truly inevitable. The Paradigm is currently investigating the Loopbreaker project, hoping the answers are hidden inside. And it seems the only way to fight this Chrome is with gold.
Oh, I wish, man. But it didn't turn out that way, did it? It did not end up that way. Oh man, we need Midas back in the story. That would just blow the whole community away. We need the 7 back, we need the Held back, the Cube Queen. There's literally so many characters which are seen to be dead, but they're not. Like Sloane, she's not dead, she's alive.
That is unless Geno returns sooner than we thought. He is
Oh yeah, and with Geno, he's not dead either.
currently piecing himself back together across multiple realities, so maybe he'll arrive just in time. After 4 years of
Mate, your end screen is blocking the way.
constant mystery, action, and most importantly evolution, it is all coming together on December 3rd. Now you are fully caught up and ready for Fracture and what lays beyond. Hope you got...
If only he knew how bad that event was gonna be. Nah, what the comment? I want to see the comments real quick. Oh my, bro, even I commented on it. Can't wait to watch this banger. It was not a banger. Oh wait, oh the video. I meant the video. Oh, Nick A30 commented too. Very well done video. I'm invested and ready for Fortnite Chapter 4. It was a good video though, super good. Let me go to newest comments. Bro, I forgot the unvaulting. Oh, he didn't mention the unvaulting event, did he? Oh my god, he didn't. Yeah, he went from like season 7 to season 9. That's cool. The video had to be cut short, you know, because the storyline is huge. Alright, that was the whole entire Fortnite storyline explained from 9 months ago. We'll get an updated one soon, hopefully, for the new chapter. Honestly, I love the storyline so much, and I can't wait for the future of this game. Hopefully it'll be good with the new Chief Directive Officer we got replacing Donald Mustard. Hopefully it'll be good. Fingers crossed, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video on my second channel. Let's go.